Suzanne Noble, Esquire, Legal Aid of Southeastern Pennsylvania. Suzanne Noble did not always intend to become a lawyer. After graduating from Northwestern University with a degree in English, she spent her first years out of college running a church nursery and teaching kindergarten at an inner-city school. Continuing her own education with a Master of Divinity in Pastoral Counseling, Suzanne then worked as a medical social worker and was even considering a master's degree in social work. However, inspired by poverty law attorney and author William Stringfellow, Suzanne decided to funnel her passion for public interest into law. She graduated from Villanova Law School in 1973 and dedicated her legal career to helping low-income individuals and victims of domestic abuse facing dire civil legal problems. Whether helping children, parents, or survivors of domestic abuse, Suzanne has always viewed her work as much more than a job. After clerking for Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas Judge Lisa Richey, Suzanne joined the staff of Delaware County Legal Assistance Association, the predecessor program of Legal Aid of Southeastern Pennsylvania. Hired to work in the area of children's rights, Suzanne immediately began working to ensure that the requirements of a new juvenile act were properly implemented. When Suzanne became aware that a facility for delinquent adolescents was alleged to be abusing adolescents, she took the initiative to follow up. After speaking to one of the residents, Suzanne became concerned about the facility's forced use of medications and a meditation unit that was, in effect, solitary confinement. She was then barred access to the facility and her client. Armed with a court order, Suzanne returned to the juvenile detention home and eventually corroborated the abuse claims, thus paving the way for child advocates to work with the facility and improve conditions. When the Protection from Abuse Act was passed in 1976, Suzanne worked alongside other attorneys to set up the procedure for handling these sensitive cases. She was also integral in establishing procedures to help people who represent themselves in filing custody petitions to better educate parents about custody law. Suzanne is remarkable in her eagerness to pass on her knowledge and experience to law students, and in her ability to inspire them to public service. For years, she taught law students at Villanova's Legal Clinical Program, encouraging them to continue to work with legal services organizations, not only in law school, but throughout their own legal careers. Even after her time with the clinical program ended, she continued to host law students, creating a positive, practical learning experience for students and representation of more clients, and reinforcing the critical need for young attorneys to support legal aid through pro bono volunteerism. Today, generations of Villanova grads and area attorneys credit Suzanne with having instilled in them a commitment to access to justice for low-income people. Throughout Suzanne's 37-year career with legal aid, she has earned the respect of her colleagues, the bench, and the bar alike. She has been a leader in the way in which domestic violence, custody, and child welfare issues are handled in Delaware County, and has been publicly recognized for her work. In 1985, she received an award from Woman's Way for leadership and service as a lawyer and advocate for victims of domestic abuse. And in 2005, Suzanne received the prestigious Eric D. Turner Award from the Delaware County Bar Association for her contributions in family law. Suzanne Noble truly exemplifies dedication to public interest law, driven by a deeper dedication to fostering the well-being of the people she served. In recognition for her unwavering commitment to serving the most vulnerable among us, Suzanne Noble is presented with the 2012 Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network Excellence Award. Suzanne Noble was nominated for the Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network Excellence Award by Harvey F. Strauss and Elizabeth Wood Fritsch, co-directors of Legal Aid of Southeastern Pennsylvania.